Atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Vikings had 5 and 9 on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now McCarthy. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They won in 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And this pass broken up. The contact well of time there, and now 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken at around the 40. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw McCarthy. Over the middle, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation, because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Now the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 36 yards on the play from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Murray. Open man here is Benson. Fights him off. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the 29, here's second down in the yard. Throwing now is Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Garcia. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. (10-0) the score after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray on the move to his left. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing is McCarthy. That's down the field for Jefferson. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 75 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Escapes the defender. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Powering forward. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Here's McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. To the air with McCarthy. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Richardson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He was brought down at his 49-yard line. Again at 13 yards. And the Cardinals. To throw, it's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. Complete. Richardson has it. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Murray from midfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
This is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the Cardinals' 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And my goodness, another interception. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A big play there just before halftime. 74 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Cardinals nothing.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Third quarter starts with a run from Vaughn. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a second and 10. Again, a run with Vaughn. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 3rd and 9 here. Back to throw. McCarthy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Jefferson moving in motion left. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on a touch pass. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
McCarthy operating from the gun. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here's Goff. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And this is so uncharacteristic for him this season. Back-to-back interceptions from a guy who's taken really good care of the ball so far this season. Got to give credit to the defensive coaches, the players on the opposing sideline. Excellent preparation, even better execution.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Goff. He finds his man complete. That's Weaver. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Goff. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Gone. He's got McBride here over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. To throw is Goff. Goes right back to McBride. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Cardinals are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Jefferson moving in motion left. Staying on the ground with Vaughn. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. 3rd down and 13. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Oh, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure. And that is every quarterback's worst nightmare. You had the perfect play call. The seams parted perfectly. You had your guy wide open. He could have run for days, but he overshoots him. And that's one he'll think about for the next month.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And that one almost intercepted. Well, he's got 2 already, nearly a 3rd, but not to be, and it's 4th down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Vikings, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.